My name is Inessa Freylekhman, and what brought me to Feng Shui was a need to organize myself. I was the messiest teenager on the planet. All my problems ended up on my bedroom floor as clutter, and I was always looking for a system to help myself. I went through every single self-help book. There was not a single self-help book that I did not like. And when I finally found Feng Shui, it actually gave me a system for bringing my life into alignment.
When I was 4.5, my family moved to Seattle from the former Soviet Union. It was made clear early on that we immigrated so I could flourish, which meant doctor, lawyer, or married to one. To my parents' dismay, at 30, I was neither a doctor, nor a lawyer, nor married to one. I was a Feng Shui consultant. My father said, "What's this Feng Shui?" I said, "It's the ancient art of mindfully arranging your environment, Papa." He said, "Can you arrange your mind instead?" My 13-year-old sister was the only one who supported me. One Christmas, she called to ask, "If I want to win a Target stocking stuffer full of presents, what part of my room should I Feng Shui?" I'm not sure why this particular gift appealed to her so much, considering we are Jews, but she insisted. I told her to write her request on a piece of paper, wrap it up in tin foil, and place it in the right-hand corner of her room, the Helpful People section. I didn't know, but my mother was eavesdropping on our conversation from another phone in the house. She said, "Inessa, don't talk to Michelle about this Feng Shui." I was only trying to help, I said. "You want to help? You help her understand the importance of doing homework." Then my father got on the line. "Your mama right. I don't like this spiritual. Michelle will achieve all from being good student and hard worker. She don't need foil." I said, "But Papa, they aren't mutually exclusive. Feng Shui is used to enhance life. It's not a substitute for hard work." He said, "Then why don't you write down on paper, 'I find real job'? And stick it in your underpants." I never tried my dad's suggestion, as it may have attracted the wrong kind of profession. I was living in LA at the time. I helped people improve the flow of energy in their homes. Then I watched as they moved into even bigger homes, attracted their soulmates, and landed hit TV shows. I wished my parents would acknowledge my success and stop lying to their friends that I was some interior designer. But how could my parents be happy with me when secretly I wasn't happy with myself? I was living in a matchbox apartment, I was struggling financially, and I was in a dead relationship. Feng Shui was working for everyone but me. I decided to get help from my Feng Shui master, Nate. His solution was simple. He told me to draw 2 overlapping circles. One circle represented my intentions to get married, write a book, and live on the beach. The other circle represented my actions, what I was doing each day to achieve my goals. Then Nate said, "Focus on the Vesica Piscis." "The what?" I said. "The Vesica Piscis," Nate explained, "is the circle that gets created in between 2 overlapping circles. It represents the alignment of my life with my intentions. The literal translation is fish bladder." And in spiritual terms, it's a yoni, or in English, a vagina. So basically, by staring at a fish vagina 10 minutes a day for 40 days, I was supposed to gain my family's approval, become rich, and get married. That's not really what Nate said, but that's what I wanted. I drew the circles on a gigantic poster board with a black Sharpie and sat in front of them. After weeks of meditating on the vagina, I was cross-eyed, my back was throbbing, my income unchanged, and my love life static. And I was bored. Everything was going to shit. Then I got termites. They chewed through my entire collection of self-help books. The termites were a sign. It was time to act. For years, I'd been teaching people to let go of the old in order to attract something or someone new. I'd been teaching people to clear their clutter while I was steeped in my own. Mine was emotional clutter. I was a hypocrite. The first step was to end my 9-year long-distance relationship. That December, I spent the first Hanukkah in nearly a decade alone. In true Feng Shui form, I purged all of our photos, even the ones where I looked really hot. And I gave away as presents, even the bling. I hung romantic art over my bed, depicting lovers kissing. And every night, I looked through a scrapbook I'd made, containing pictures of wedding dresses and happy couples walking on the beach. I was determined to start the new year new. 1 year later, I was living on South Beach, finishing my master's in psychology and editing my first book on Feng Shui. And that New Year's, my new boyfriend proposed. He's not a doctor or a lawyer, but that never mattered to me anyway. My parents don't mind either. He's a CFO. A few weeks ago, my father called to say, "Inessa, we can't move to the new house until you Feng Shui us." More surprising was that my mom offered to cleanse the space herself while I guided her via Skype. I emailed her the mantras for the blessing. Halfway into the process, Mama decided to ad-lib the mantra. "Cleanse all bad energy, bring us health, happiness, and Inessa's wedding soon." It seems getting engaged finally made my parents come around. Or maybe it was the fish vagina. Whatever it was, when I finally got their approval, it didn't matter as much anymore. I already felt good about myself.